Hey everybody, welcome to the 27th episode of Worldbuilding with DMDave. I have started to build out the wonderful land of Libreca. So you may have remembered last time I ended up exporting our files from Incarnate. I've created a DM version and a player version, which I've both uploaded in here. So I said I was going to do that between the scenes, and here we have. I actually even went back and I changed a few of the names. I was going for kind of Germanic names, but I felt they were a little bit maybe too on the nose. So I changed Lakenda Berge to just Lakenda Mountains. So same kind of meaning. I kept Tron involved the same because I think that was cool. And then this used to be just Der Abgrund, but I've since changed it to Der Abgrund Bay. Left Schloss Streibel the way it is. I've also gone ahead and start naming some of these little areas here using our German town name generator. The first one I did was going to be Trotten, which is the ruins outside of Brimsey Rise. Okay, let's go into our German Western European town name generator. Markkerken, that's a pretty cool name, so let's go ahead and put that somewhere. Let's see. You know, we'll just go left to right. Like I said, don't ever need to really overthink things when you're doing stuff. Just kind of know the right tool that you're looking for and what you want to go with, and that's really it. Like, I mean, the players won't know any different. The only person who will know any different will be you. Whoops. We'll rename this one Rosvik. Just call it Laura Mipson. Alright, there's Rosvik. We got this guy here. What's next on our Cortende? That's a cool name. We'll put him here. There we go. Whoops. River's a little bit off, isn't it? Actually, looks like everything got off. Did I move my map? I sure did. I was like, why is everything off all of a sudden? Well, it's because I accidentally clicked it. Cortende, Markkerken, Rosvik, Trotten is where it should be. Alright, we got... Uh-oh. How did I get off? Here, let's just use our adjustment tools. There we go. Alright, we gotta name this town. We'll call it Gogno. I got a little bit smaller, didn't it? Alright, so that needs to be 36. Let's go ahead and up its size to 36 so it's readable. Okay, there's all of our villages and towns. Now we've got the temple, the wizard's tower, and the portal, and we should be good. Alright, so let's see. Temple name generator. This is our abandoned temple. Don't know anything about it yet, but we're going to give it a name. The Abrozaki, that's kind of cool. Mythic Catacombs. That's pretty cool. What's the German word for mythic? Let's see. German word for mythic. Mythisch. Dish. Cool. And we'll learn about the reason for it being called that someday. And we'll just call our tower, we'll name it after whoever used to be there. So let's get a German male name. Victor Neuhauser. Let's see, the Forgotten Tower of Neuhauser. Alright, and we got a portal. Let's see, portal name generator. is that? We'll call it the Immortal Portal. The rhyming is kind of goofy though. The Immortal Gate. I mean, what's the German word for immortal? Let's find out. Unsterblich. Actually, what's the word for mortal? Sterblich. Sterblich Gate. Alright, let's zoom out. I think we've named all of our major stuff. We've got all our mountains, hills, we've got some sites of interest. That's really all we're going to need here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to create versions that I can actually put into Roll20. So I've got all my labels here. Let's make sure we get all of those into our label folder. We will let's put all the ones that we'd want to hide away. Actually, you know what? We'd hide them all. Let's just do that. And then people can ask me what goes where. Okay, so this is the DM version. Let's go to the player version. We're gonna go ahead and save as our player version in our Dyson Megadelve map. So Labreca final. Make sure we're saving it as a JPEG. Yep. And you always want to make sure it's less than 10 megabytes, otherwise it won't load into our friend. And then I'm going to turn on the version with the labels. We will go ahead, and this has the labels as well as the hidden stuff, and then we'll say this is Labreca with secrets, or Labreca DM layer. Alright, and these are both 20 by 48, so we'll remember that. And we'll go into Roll20. Let's go ahead and create a new page. We're going to put that up towards the front. Let's call it Labreca. I don't even know if this is the full country, but for now I think that's going to be good enough for us. Let's resize this so it fits perfectly with our map. So 2048 by 2040. You know what? No, we'll size those maps so they fit perfectly with this instead of the other way around. Don't really need to turn on dynamic lighting or anything because it's a outside map. We're going to go in here to our library, upload both of those maps that we just created. There's our final, and there's our DM map. Should only take just a second, I hope, to get these uploaded. And once they're uploaded in there, I'm gonna end up putting them both one over top of each other after resizing them, so that one will be on the GM layer and one will be on the actual map layer. So the GM layer, I can adjust the opacity to read the different things that I want, and the other layer would be what the player sees. So I'm gonna go map and background, and I'm going to put our final on there. I'm going to right click, go to advanced, set my dimensions, and we're going to put 25 by 25 units. It's a little bigger than the final product, but that just means we'll have a more high def version. And you can see there is our beautiful Labreca. Next, we're going to take our DM layer and we're going to lay that. Actually, we're going to go to the GM info over layer. We're going to put the DM layer over top of that and do the same thing. Change the dimension so it's 25 by 25. Now I could carve this up and do it like that. It's a little bit more effort, and it might be good if like you want to show the players kind of what they find as they go. I might do that in between the scenes here, but there you can see it's kind of transparent. And if you go over to your GM info overlay tool, you can see you can adjust the opacity, or I can crank it all the way up to 100 if I want. Players can't see it no matter what regardless, so we're good on that. Alright, so one thing you probably are wondering, hey, that's a square grid. I know we talked about doing the hexes. But so what we're going to do actually is go in back to our settings and change it. The reason that I did it this way first is because it's a lot easier to align stuff when it is with the squares versus when it's with the hexes. So I'm going to go to our grid type, switch to hex horizontal, and I don't need to show the hex labels. 70 is fine. Let's make sure it's roughly what we want it to be. I think we said the Brimsey Rise is what, about 9 hexes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bam! Perfect. So we've got our perfect size there. We've got everything looking the way it is. The players can't see this hidden stuff because what they're really going to see is going to be like this. And then they can move hex to hex starting in St. John. And that's it. So there we go. We have started from Incarnate. We've built out everything that we needed for this. And we've ended up creating our land of Labreca where characters can move around and do stuff. Alright, cool. Next episode, I think I want to continue to build things out a little bit more. My next campaign's coming up in a couple of days, so I need to start fleshing out the town of, or like the village with the keep of Schleibel. I think that's what's called, right? Let's turn up our GP. So we're going to learn a little bit more about that. Scheibel, not Schleibel, Scheibel, with the Duchess Scheibel. We're going to learn a little bit more about that area and start developing some interesting adventures to come from there. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and check me out at patreon.com/DMDave. Anyways, later.